spit, they gun spit. That's anyone I'm running with. This one clip that run this. It's good. How long you do it, you can't outlast this. Fuck the cops, I plead the fifth like I can't count past six. Say it's rare to see a little nigga boss in charge, but God won't put me on them corners like the crossing guard. And niggas hate me. If you a hater, fuck it, nigga, own up. I'm tired of seeing me shine. I hate my own guts. Don't like the fact the balls get his cheese and leave town and do me like Chris Bosh. Catch me on the rebound. If I'm down and deep down, the Matic holding me down. Do we sound like NFL niggas? Can you see now? I drink liquor in the cheap grass. Might die from my bad liver, but never yo.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, man. NFL Merc right back at it one time. What's happening? Listen, right? We're going to start it off like this. That right there was by the homie NFL Grease. Hot. That's all right there. Dipped in butter. He probably don't even know I got it. When I downloaded this joint, 2014, you hear me? So yeah, though. What's coming down the pipe as of recently? I'm gonna talk about the vaccine. Yeah, how many of us think they're gonna take the vaccine? And how many of us, who's not gonna take it? Hold on, real quick. How many of us are not going to take the vaccine? All right. Now, realistically, with everything that's going on, like Trump popping up sick, he being so anti-corona, right? Fired the WHO, and he was just a real radical nut. What I'm coming to realize though about what's going on. It's so hard to figure out if this is an organic thing or if they controlling it via needs and wants and being here before and all of that. And I'm using my intelligence and my powers of observation and the books I read and all this stuff that have coming to the conclusion that this is a game. Like, all right, years ago, I read a book called The Habeas Corpus. Habeas Factor. Habeas Factor. It was about scientists and all that going to a different island to get a virus and also the vaccine, right? Then they release the virus onto the world. And obviously, once many millions, I'm reading the book this thick, so it ain't just real this easy. It was a lot of stuff they had to do and all that, right? And at the end of the, to sell the world the vaccine, right? So now, we're in 2020, and for this to be happening, and it's fitting so much of the book, right? Then Trump playing into the ignorant white folk, the low-level white people out there. He's catering to that crowd. Them dudes is old school, cracker, redneck, chewing tobacco, leather skin, sister humping, cow tipping. You know the type. You see what I'm saying? So them dudes ain't with no medication, no vaccine. These are old school, blue-blooded Americans. How do you get them to do it? So you get them to champion behind Trump, and then Trump gets sick, and then Trump takes the vaccine and gives it to the world for free. Now, how many of us are not going to take that vaccine? And I bet you mad people like, I ain't taking it, I ain't going to take it, I don't trust the government. I hear you. Then I look at reality and say, how many of us wear the mask to go to Walmart, the supermarket, to the bar, to wherever you go? Did you put a mask on? If you said yes to that, you taking the vaccine. It's easy. If you want to go back to work, you want your kids to go back to school, if you want to cash a check, if you want to make a check, you taking that vaccine. Plain as day. So we can play games all we want. They not playing with us. Think they hear the tide. They already hear the rumors. They already hear it. It's trending. They know what we talking about. They know how we feel. They got their finger on the pulse of America. They know that they doing surveys. They already know people ain't feeling it. So how do you make it? You take away the free choice, and now it becomes an act of terrorism. It becomes an act against humanity. It becomes everything. And there already is corona. That's already an agent of death, which is already being handled by other agents of death. So what the guy tell Neo in the Matrix? It's inevitable. This is it. Either you're gonna take the vaccine or you're going underground, like Demolition Man. I remember watching Demolition Man with my dad, and niggas is underground and eating rats and all that. And we was like, damn, would you go underground? And I remember being a kid, a part of me wanted to say yeah so bad, but seeing that rat burger at the time, I was like, they ain't sell the underground. They sell the underground for kids, you understand? But if we in 2020 are opting not to take the vaccine, it's like they could almost kill you. Like they could make sure you die from something and just blame it on the corona. They could blackball you to where though you come knocking later like, yo, let me get the vaccine. I'm hungry. So I don't know. So it's one big game. Which goes this vaccine kind of ties in to the voting. You understand? It ties into the voting thing and voting. I am so. Let me tell you. They like to throw this word around. We have the rights. All right. What is a right? Let's look into that. What is a right? Right? A right is a. I don't. Maybe I'm gonna Google the word, the definition. Then I'm gonna go to a different understanding and find out what these people think the word right means, and then I see if what we doing. All right. But this thing is taking too long to load. So. But yeah, though, comment on if you like the background. You know what I'm saying? It's about to get popping, man. I'm in my element. I'm trying to do certain things. Trying to let my creative juices flow. Yeah, though. But anyway, they believe that they're going to take their right through might, right? And the term right means nothing more than give me what I want as proof that I am stronger than you, that I am better than you. This is how they see the term right. So when they say that we as black people have the right to vote and we should vote because it's our right, and never ever had we took the right, we would allow to have it in a system that did not benefit us in any shape, form, or fashion. How long has we been voting? How long have police been doing the same thing? How long have we still been a financial wealth gap in America, an educational gap in America, a health problem in America? Once we put white versus black and you put it, the land is America, you're going to see where the differences lies. And when we never ever hear about the Ku Klux Klan being voted into anything, but yet they there as a staple of America. You can still pull up in the middle of America in any of these big cities, not cities, big towns, big states, and go into the royal part of that and find a Klan meeting ready to go. Ready to go. We don't hear them voting. We don't see them saying those lives matter. We don't see none of that. How come we doing a complete opposite? Then when we go on TV, we will parade and sell ourselves for cheap, and then think that we're supposed to come out of that and think that we can better ourselves. Well, like I said, on the protocols of the learned elders of Zion, all people are chained down to a heavy toll by poverty. More firmly than ever, they were chained by slavery and starvedom. I'm going to look that word up. From these, one way or the other, they might free themselves. These could be settled with, but from these could be settled with, but from what they will never get away. We have indulged in the Constitution such rights. Oh, I'm sorry. We have included in the Constitution such rights as to the masses appear fictitious and not actual rights. All the so-called people's rights can exist only in idea, an idea which can never be realized in practical life. This in practical life. What is it to the proclaimant laborer bow double over his heavy toll, crushed by his lot in life? F talkers get the right to babble. F journalists get the right to scribble any nonsense side by side with good stuff. Once the proletariat has no other profit out of the Constitution save only those pitiful crumbs which we fling them from our table in return for their voting in favor of what we dedicate. And what we dictate, sorry. In favor of the men we place in power, the servant of our agendor. Republican right for a poor man, or no more than a bitter piece of irony for the necessity he is under of tolling almost all day gives him no present use of them, but the other hand robs him of all guaranteed to regular and certain earnings by making him dependent on strikes by his comrades or lockouts by his masters. I was reading it and part of it, and I did feel like it was just a bunch of words. But right when that was happening, they said some more words that just sounded so like, ugh. You understand? And it pretty much, poverty is our weapon. How do you give right to the impoverished? Your whole the one I'm looking for to see how they did the rights. See how they talk about rights? There's another one. You gotta understand how these people, the up top, thinks about us. Think about it. They are up there. They are feeling holier than thou. They are doing. They're working. They're coming up with rituals and spells with a desired result to mislead the masses. Then you look at the masses and they're actually misled at an all-time high. Right? Now, then you want those same masses are going to ask for rights, equality. Right? This is how they look at you. So now, while we are this is the reality of what they're saying. We are overworked and underpaid. So we rally for the right to drink. Let's legalize liquor. And they act like they was fighting it. The whole time they just try to tax it. They say, all right, bet. Legalize liquor, legalize tobacco, legalize gambling in certain areas, legalize prostitution in certain areas. And then they take notes and watch. And then they're going to say, you who was partaking, who's a drunk, who's a gambler, who is a purveyor of prostitution, now wants to talk to the elder men, the learned men, the wise men, the elite men. You, the masses, which is only a letter on to asses. It's there for a reason. Oh man, I don't want to go all over the place. Let's just try to keep it right here. You see what I'm saying? Let me see. Shortly breakdown. We have established that. All right. Protocol number 3. What was that one at? Poverty was our weapon. That was under protocol number 3, right? But it was chapter 5. This one, I'm looking for a particular. I think it was under 2. Hold on. All right, number 2. It's expensive for the purpose. Gender, paying the rights of white power. And then the Jews were trying to deny this book. This book is done. This is probably done by white people who got caught on to the agenda of the Jew. The Jews would now take this book and deny the book. Say the book is made up, is full of hearsay, it's a desecration to their nature, and so forth. And then one could say, all right, that's true. Let's look at it anyway and see what we get out of it. And the stuff that's in here is verbatim happening outside. How can you deny that? So you're telling me to deny what I'm seeing, deny what I'm hearing, deny the corona, deny the vaccine, deny everything. So what's going on? And now they legalizing weed to add in there. So this, when you think you getting the right to do this and you're happy to do it, it takes away from another part of your political power. There you go. And what I have further, when I evolved with the terminology black, I have come to look at it like yet to be claimed. That's what black means. So when we say black people, they are yet to be claimed. And they are going to be claimed under whatever they do to earn their money to get their way out of poverty, and whatever brings them pain or whatever is they're afraid of. All those things will become our God, which will become their God, because they will serve that and they will serve us, but they will not serve them. Let's get into that. Let's get into that. You understand? Alright. Oh, man. I read something earlier. I wish I could find this. Not even. I wonder if I can. Authority characters, tendency, destructive administration, legal standard, themselves. And it was so crazy that I wanted to share it with y'all. And look at this one right here. Jews will be safe. I don't know what this one. I never read this one before. This hatred will be. Alright, this hatred will be still further magnified by the effects of an economic crisis, which will stop dealing on the exchanges and bring industry to a standstill. We shall create by all the secret subterranean methods open to us with the aid of gold, which is all in our hands, a universal economic crisis whereby we shall throw upon the streets whole mobs of workers simultaneously in all the countries of Europe. These mobs will rush in delight to shed the blood of those whom in the simplicity of their ignorance they have envied from their cradles, and whose poverty will then be able to loot. Come on, how you would have denied that? That sounds like the mechanism to the riots and everything that just happened. Yo, I promise you, man, I didn't pre-read this. There's nothing in this book. There ain't nothing you can read. You can just crack it open and stumble upon it. Scroll on any page and just hit your finger on it. And whatever you read, you'll be damned if it's not smacking you in the face. The more you learn about a little bit of this political bullshit, the more you learn about a little bit of all the bullshit, you see the words, you know how to connect the fucking dots. This hatred will be still further magnified by the effects of an economic crisis. I think that's what it says, but it says crisis. Economic crisis, which will stop dealing on the exchange and bring industry to a standstill. We shall create by all the secret subterranean methods open to us with the aid of gold. This hatred will be the topic. The headline for this was Jews will be saved. Why would the Jews be saved? Because the angry mob will look at the white man, and we will go to that. We'll go to Walmart, Target, boom, 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 and take all the butter we can get, and they got the guns, which is gold. And it said a universal economic crisis whereby we shall throw upon the streets whole mobs of workers simultaneously in all the countries of Europe. That is happening? How can you read this a couple years from now and figure out what would they use for this? And then I'll tell you about the Hades Factor is a fictitious book. It's probably under science fiction, and it was supposed to be blah 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 blah. And they had a hero, they had a problem, and so forth. But in the book, the bad guy was able to wreak worldwide havoc. And in the book, they talked about vaccines. So that means the author was abreast to all the channels that you had to go through to get a vaccine. He was abreast to all the channels that would stop you from getting a vaccine. And all you got to do to make something real is put bodies on the ground. Simple. You see what I'm saying? And we, the mob, not we, but the mob, will go and storm who we think is the rich, who they readily made the cracker. But then there's somebody behind the cracker. You see? But if you don't know that, they will be safe. Because our anger will be misplaced. It is designed. This is why Hollywood will always make a slave movie and show you the white man beating that, what's his name? How come the white man ain't mad after the white man has black friends, black wife, black this, black that? Why come he not mad and say, God damn, why we stop making those movies? It makes it hard for me to chill with my black family. Right? So who's financing that? Is it a white man? Is it the black man? It's got to be another man doing it. And this the man that he think he's safe. Hidden hand, secrecy, shadow government. What we dealing with? Alright? Well, with that said, y'all, hope y'all let's get with it. You understand? With that said, let's get to the rest of this song here by the homie Grease. The reason why I'm trying to make this John so short is because the editing is real tedious. Real nice little process. But one more thing, I gotta do it. Oh my God. This goes out to all my viewers, all my subscribers, man. I feel like y'all my family. I feel like y'all my friends. I feel like, because not majority of y'all mostly are like friends. Some people I really know face value and so forth. But the people that have been taking notes, people that have been telling me different, oh man, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, the love is real, y'all. I really, really super duper appreciate it. I mean, and I'm trying to go hard. I'm trying to find myself. I'm trying to find a rhythm and keep just, pressing on. I mean, I'm aware that I think in a wide way, a wide range, but I'm trying to make sure that I don't lose nobody and make sure that you see the line that's connected to what I'm dealing with. All right, there's only one truth. You know what I mean, it's a simple truth, and there's only one. But the only way it's a simple 1 2 1 2 1 2. But it's French. It's different illusions. It's games and so forth. So you got to be careful. We got to be mindful, and figure out what's real, figure out what's what. So with that said, man, love y'all, man. I mean this from the bottom of my heart. I didn't even expect the return and the I don't know. I didn't expect it to be like that. And when people tell me and show me what they doing with the information, I get goosebumps, I get chills, I get motivated, I get everything that comes with the honor of sitting here and you guys push and play every time they come out. So if you did notice, I did ramp up some of the videos. I hope you liked the other video. One was a little old. Me and the homie answering questions about karma, and if you want me to elaborate just a tiny bit, every time I evolve, so does the words that I learn, and the language karma still translates loosely into you reaping what you sow, which fundamentally equals the word action, which goes into the law of every action has an equal and opposite reaction, which is reaping what you sow. Once you understand what it is you're doing, you understand what I'm saying? So us moving out of ignorance, what kind of karma will we render then? We won't even know sometimes, because of the ignorant move. You didn't even know you triggered that over there. You understand? So with that said, man, peace, love, keep up the good work, y'all, man. You doing you helps me do me. Like I said, a healthy me is a healthy you, a healthy you is a healthy me, and we one big family, one big village, one big coalition. You understand? And it started off with me cleaning myself up, and I trust that you will clean yourself up in any way that you need to. And that's the only way I would choose to unite with anybody after that. But till they prove to me that they have knowledge of self, the less knowledge that we have on self, the more codependent we are on them. The less knowledge we have on self, the more codependent we are on them. They call me Merc, by the way, early. Peace.
Weak ass, I see past dudes like I'm the tallest one in line. Tony said the world is mine, and I'll get it all in time. Having trouble doing you, I'll show you how I do mine. Keep my money on my mind, this nigga played it, baby, 9, I'm on my